for this trap shit. Sergeant Smack make it backflip. Telly Hank did with the action. With the Vato speaking Spanish. Frank Matthews, how I vanish. Poof. Came back like I'm King Tut. Gold BBS is on a beamer. When Fat Cat was 10 queens up. Ball off the profit, not the re-up. Fly like Puerto Rican Jesus. Uptown like I'm Baby Maine. Just caught a touchdown from the Bay.
The two brothers suspected in the mass shooting in downtown Sacramento arraigned this afternoon on the new murder charges. Smiley and Dandrae Martin are charged with 3 counts of murder. This is video from inside the courtroom this afternoon. A third suspect charged with murder, Matula Payton, is still at large.
One of the suspects in Saturday night's mass shooting in Sacramento that killed 6 people was apparently granted early parole and released from prison about a month before this tragedy.
One of the men, 27-year-old Smiley Martin, has a long criminal history and was released on probation from state prison in February after serving roughly half of a 10-year sentence. His release was something the Sacramento County District Attorney Anne Marie Schubert strongly objected to, her office even submitting a letter to the California Department of Corrections saying that Martin posed a significant danger to the community.
News from the state's capital this morning up in Sacramento. A mass shooting happened around 2 o'clock this morning, and so far several lives have been taken. Getting word right now, at least 6 people have been killed. Police saying that 10 more were wounded. It does appear the shooting happened during a large brawl in the city's downtown neighborhood, just blocks from the Capitol building. We looked at that video earlier, which showed a fight that broke out, and then moments later, multiple shots rang out. Shooting scene covered at least 2 city blocks. Rapid gunfire, as we talked about. As many as 50 rounds were heard as people were seen running for their lives. Police are still looking for at least 1 suspect. It's unclear what led to that shooting, but we are monitoring this story all morning long. And if any new developments do come into the newsroom, we'll pass them.
New information tonight about the past of one of the alleged K Street shooters.
Not long before what police are calling a deadly gang shootout on K Street, the city of Sacramento actually cutting Smiley Martin a check. ABC 10's Van 2 has been poring over those court documents tonight and joins us now. Van, what did you find?
Well, Madison, you may have seen this complaint handwritten by Martin in 2018, a lawsuit ending with the county cutting him a $7,500 settlement check. Now at ABC 10, we're digging deeper. These are documents showing the lawsuit went all the way to a jury trial being scheduled in federal court.
Just weeks before the K Street shootout in downtown Sacramento that claimed 6 lives and injured 12 others, suspect Smiley Martin in Sacramento County reached a settlement. He was cut a check for $7,500, officials confirm. It stemmed from this handwritten civil rights complaint by Martin in 2018, claiming a Sacramento County jail guard was responsible for rival gang members attacking him and failing to protect him and threatening retaliation for complaining. Martin wrote, "I had water thrown on me and second-degree burns on my right hip. The police did nothing at all."
We may, find reprehensible for whatever reason. They're still not allowed to be tortured under the laws of America. They're not allowed to be punished unless the time for punishment is. And it's never physical punishment. We don't do that.
Defense attorney Mark Reichel, who is not involved in this particular case, says these lawsuits are common and result in large and small settlements. Court documents show a magistrate judge dismissed some of Martin's claims after reviewing surveillance videos of the 1-minute fight. The case moved forward to a jury trial scheduled for April 19th, canceled when a settlement was reached on March 18th. County officials say the decision was purely economic, since it was likely the trial would be pushed out for many months given the court calendar backup due to COVID. A decision was made to put an end to the case as the cost going forward would multiply.
Yo, we back. It's your boy Popalot. Mobb. We on our way to California with it. The Big Tomato to be exact. Sacktown, Sacramento. Y'all meet us at the alley behind Franklin Boulevard in El Mango, what the locals call Crip Alley or Murder Alley. Now, this is our first time around this bitch, so I need any of my guys. If I got any guys in Sacramento, y'all hit the comment box, flood that bitch. Y'all know how we do it. Now, today we are going to be talking about a set of brothers by the name of Dandrae and Smiley Martin. Now, it's impossible to tell a story about these brothers without talking about the Garden Block Crips. Now, the Garden Block Crips, or G.B.C, are located primarily in the Meadowview neighborhood in Sacramento, California. Now, the area is also known as Corella Gardens, and it's said that the gang consists of three subsets: 21st Street Crips, 24th Street Crips, and the 29th Street Crips. Now, some of you guys familiar with the streets might be familiar with this gang, and if you're from Sacramento, I'm sure you're familiar with them as one of the big music artists that kind of crossed the lines of illegal activity by the name of X-Rated was also associated with the Garden Block Crips. Now, what makes the Garden Block Crips very important to this episode is authorities is going to allege that Sleepy and Dandrae Martin were members of said gang, and they were alleged to be involved in a shooting downtown Sacramento on April 3rd, 2002 at in and around 2 a.m. Now, in that shooting, approximately 18 people would be shot in what would go down as Sacramento's worst mass shooting in history. Now, out of those 18 victims, 6 of them would end up dying from their injuries from that shooting, and 12 others would be wounded. Now, at the scene of the shooting, investigators would uncover more than 100 shell casings, and it wouldn't be long before they determined the shooting to be gang-related. Now, the people killed in that shooting was a 20-year-old by the name of Dandrae Alexander, a 57-year-old woman by the name of Melinda Davis, a 38-year-old male by the name of Sergio Harris, a 32-year-old gentleman by the name of Joshua Hoy Lucchese, a 21-year-old by the name of Yamil Martinez, as well as Devasia Turner, who was 29 years old. After the shooting, the police would be quick to swoop in and make arrests, but they kept information of the arrests kind of low-key, and it wouldn't be till May the 3rd where the DA would file murder charges against 3 suspects in that mass shooting on K Street. And the people that was charged were the 2 brothers, Dandrae Martin and Smiley Martin, as well as another gentleman by the name of Matula Payton. And what I noticed immediately were they were only being charged with 3 counts of murder, and that were going to be in the deaths of Dandrae Alexander, as well as Yamil Martinez. Me, like a lot of people, started to wonder, why were they only charged with those 3 murders if 6 people ended up being killed? And the reason for that is authorities would go on to determine that Sergio Harris, Joshua Hoy Lucchese, as well as Devasia Turner were gang members or known gang members. So they chose not to charge the brothers as well as the other suspect with those murders because they determined that in a gang shootout, it would be easy for them to claim a self-defense kind of situation. So what the DA did was just charge them with the murders of the innocent victims. And really, to be honest, it didn't matter if they charged them with 6 murders or 3 murders. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, yo, Pop, you tripping. Why the 6 murders over 3? Because just with those 3 murders, all 3 of the suspects that they have, including the brothers, are eligible for the death penalty. So it probably was going to be a death penalty eligible case regardless. Now, after the shooting, a lot of speculation would float around, and it would mention some of the rivals of the Garden Block Crips, which was the Meadowview Bloods, the High Valley Bloods, Mobb, as well as the Oak Park Bloods. So this is one of them situations where it's kind of going to play out in the court, but it really doesn't matter what gang they were feuding with. Just to kind of commit, well, it don't matter where you commit 6 murders, but when you commit them downtown of any city, they're definitely going to come at you with the full force of the law. So to me, this was definitely one of them situations kind of where you pick and choose your spot. But when you kind of holding it down for a gang, you really never know how that's going to go because your life could be on the line at any time. Who's to say that the brothers wasn't somewhere and they happen to see rivals? Because it's alleged that some of the people that died in the shooting we're shooting back. So it's just a wild situation. But I definitely need Sacramento in the comment box. My first time around here. Real nice. We're going to be back real soon. I want to make sure y'all follow me on Instagram, Twitter, POP_A_LOT. Y'all make sure y'all hit the red subscribe right under this video so y'all know when this real trill spill shit is dropping. And y'all let me know what other fly cities we haven't been to, what gangsters we haven't covered, what we got wrong, what we need to do next, what we need to talk about. And y'all get at me however y'all see fit. Y'all can call me, text me, CC me, email me, tag me, mention me. Stop me in the streets for all y'all want, man. It's your boy Popalot. Mobb.